Welcome to the 14th century, a time of chivalry, romance, and the complete absence of dental insurance. But today, we're stepping away from the glamorous battlefields and into the hottest real estate in the kingdom, the local oubliette. Let's follow a day in the life of our protagonist, Piers the Unlucky. Piers is currently a guest of the crown for the crime of accidentally having his hand in the Duke's pocket while the Duke was still in it. 6 a.m., the wake-up call. Piers wakes up to the gentle sound of nature. And by nature, I mean a rat named Barnaby trying to relocate a lock of Piers's hair to build a luxury nest. There's no sunlight, of course. Sunlight is for people who haven't committed felonies. Piers is currently residing in what we call a multi-purpose room. It's a bedroom, a dining hall, and a toilet, all contained within the same 4 square feet of damp limestone. 8 a.m., breakfast, or lack thereof. It's time for the morning meal. In the medieval justice system, the government follows a very strict bring-your-own-bread policy. Since Piers's family thinks he's actually in the Crusades, nobody is bringing him a basket of muffins. Enter the jailer, a man who has the hygiene of a swamp and the personality of a gouty toe. He tosses Piers a piece of hardtack. This isn't food, it's a geological sample. Piers has 2 choices: soak it in the puddle in the corner until it's soft enough to swallow, or sharpen it against the wall to use as a shiv. 10 a.m., social hour. Piers isn't alone. High above him in the premium suite, which has a window big enough for a wasp to fly through, sits Sir Alistair. Sir Alistair is a knight being held for ransom. While Piers is busy trying to remember what the color green looks like, Alistair is complaining that his wine is too oaky and that his lute player is slightly flat. This is the beauty of the medieval legal system. If you're poor, you're a criminal. If you're rich, you're an honored guest under temporary duress. But wait, it's Tuesday. Tuesday is confession day. The local sheriff drops by. He doesn't want to hear about Piers's childhood. He wants to know where the Duke's gold signet ring is. He brings along a specialist in aggressive physical therapy, a man in a black hood who owns a very impressive collection of pliers. Piers, being a man of high integrity and a very low pain threshold, immediately confesses to everything. He confesses to stealing the ring. He confesses to kidnapping the Pope. He even confesses to being the one who's been drawing rude graffiti on the castle's north wall. 4 p.m. Outdoor recreation. Piers is taken outside. Is it for a walk? A bit of fresh air? Not exactly. It's time for the stocks. Piers is locked into a wooden frame in the village square. This is the 14th century version of Twitter. People come by to interact with him. And by interact, I mean they throw overripe cabbage and the occasional dead cat. On the bright side, Piers finally gets his daily serving of vegetables. He manages to catch a flying turnip in his mouth. 4 stars for flavor, 1 star for presentation. 8 p.m., dinner and dreams, back in the hole. The dampness has reached a lovely saturated sponge consistency. Piers spends his evening watching the mold grow on the walls. If you stare at it long enough, it looks like a map of France. He chats with Barnaby the rat about his plans for the future. Piers wants to retire to the country and open a shop that sells legally acquired spoons. Midnight, the final countdown. As the bells of the abbey toll, Piers drifts off to sleep on a bed of straw that hasn't been changed since the reign of King Richard. He dreams of a world where people don't throw turnips at his head. A world with plumbing. A world where the rack is just something you put your coats on. But for now, he's just a jailbird. And hey, look on the bright side. At least he doesn't have to pay rent. Join us next week when we visit the leper colony. It's like a resort, but with more falling apart. If you enjoyed this and want to see more, please subscribe to Uncovered History Files. Thanks for watching. See you next time.